Well, welcome back. Here's my new garage. This will be the new shop. Got it built. Stepping inside. Put a little stuff in here for right now, but as you can see, it's a whole area, right? So, a lot of room for. Actually, I could fit about two cars in here. But for the most part, for the wintertime, for the Mustang, there's going to be a lot of things. I'm actually going to wind up tearing it out, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a lot of actual things to this and a lot of tutorials. I'm going to take my audio system out. I'm going to take a lot of the engine bay wirings out just to rerun them so I can run them properly. I finally got a garage where I can actually do all this work at rather than outside. And I'm, always on climates kind of time shift, you know what I mean? Like if it's cold outside, I'm not going. Too hot, I'm not going. If it's raining, etc. So yeah. So I finally did the bumper exit, and a lot of people were saying that it's loud, it's a lot of drone, or you'll have soot, or you'll have not soot, but you'll have kind of the leftover residue on your bumper area, or whatever case may be. I'm gonna be really honest with you. My exhaust coming from there, the on three comes around, wraps out. There's no cats, there's no mufflers, there's 3-inch straight back. You can see my rest of my tailpipe still there. It's louder than running that. Now, when I say louder, I mean like on cruise speed, you're driving, the regular exhaust is louder than that. Now, if you're talking about like opening her up and actually getting in, yes, of course, this is going to be louder. From there to the door, it's barely 4 feet, 3 feet. So yes, of course, it's going to be louder. But overall, I think that my exhaust and drone wise, it's absolutely louder. So we'll talk about my new spoiler. It's fully adjustable from Carter's Custom, c2arrow.com. So this whole thing can pivot, right? It can pivot forward, it can pivot back. This can actually slide up. Actually, it's maximized up, but this can slide down. I like it. I like it because I wanted something wild. I wanted something different, something that a normal GT or Cobra won't have. And I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like it's not here to look crazy, but it's not a, what is that, NRG style spoiler either. But, to me, I like it. And yeah, you have to make an additional hole in the middle, or you can use 3M tape. But I just made the hole. I didn't care. So I drilled the hole, tapped it, and sealed it. Make sure that there is no, leaks into the trunk. And lastly, the paint. Absolutely, this fall is getting a paint job. This whole car is getting painted. So I don't think you can actually see on my hood. Let me see if my light can catch it. Yeah, you can. There you go. So you can see on my hood, this is called Arctic Fire. And I think I'm probably going to go with this. You can see that here. It's really subtle, which is really nice. I went with this. This is a spray can, but it comes off fairly easy. I mean, I literally could take this off in about an hour. This is called Liquid Purple. It's kind of like a chameleon color, as you could tell. You can go one angle, and it changes from one color, and then it changes back. If this was a little bit darker, I probably would like it, but it's pretty bright in it. For me, it stays mostly yellow-green from an angle, and I don't think it'll go well with my wheels that you can see that are powder coated, similar to that. As for suspension, I have a good friend of mine who's I got sent over the new coilovers from Max Beating Rods. They want me to test them out. That's my next product that's actually either going to be put on here to test out, or I'm going to have my friend put on his, and I'm going to air ride on this car. Eventually, overall, before the next spring, I will be on air ride. That is my goal. That is what I want. It's just so much better. A friend of mine, I installed on his, and the drive, the look, everything about it is exactly what I want. So I'm gonna make a bracket. I'm gonna make a whole area into my back seat that will allow everything to kind of sit. All right, so in the engine bay area, I'm gonna clean all this up. Actually, I'm going to remove the battery. I'm gonna put in the trunk with the second battery. All power cords, I'm gonna run the correct way. And by correct way, I mean by hiding them. I'm actually going to take the fender off and put everything up against this actually fender inside fender well. And all these wires that I don't see that I kind of stretched and I made work, but you know, this is right here. I don't want them cutting that and then splicing in the wires and then rerunning everything so it doesn't look like it's all there. Same thing with my coolant crossover. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna go with something newer and kind of run that. A fuse, I'm gonna pull the fuse out, put it in the fender well and do the same thing on this side. And just clean up the engine bay because to me it looks a mess. I don't like it, but it is what it is. So this is the Max Beating Rod turbo. Be honest with you, man, I've been running this for, I want to say 3 months now, and man, I've had zero issues, knock on wood, right? I have zero issues. You know, I painted it to match kind of the engine bay, and she is loud when she spools, which I love, I absolutely love. Next month, September, yep, I'll go to the dyno, so I'll find out what she actually puts down. But nonetheless, man, she is loud. Like, so she pulls, yes, she has lag comparable to the 7665. This is a 8296, I believe. And she does have a little bit of lag, but obviously, if you know turbos, that's a you know, small price to pay for what I'm going for anyway. But yeah. So sitting in the car, I do have a nice audio system that I got made. So I put some scars back there, and I love my audio system. I'm gonna clean all this up in the back. I put it all together. I had an issue with one of my amps before, but I fixed everything. But as you can see, I don't like how this looks. To me, it looks like shit. So, but nonetheless, all this is coming back out so I can redo and do actually nice and neat. Add a plexiglass, some LEDs, and etc. I might run some ring lights, LEDs on these, just for show. I wouldn't run them all the time, but when I go to car shows, I really want to stand out. And then lastly, these are my 212s back here. I took it apart. I was in here earlier, so this part is not put back, but there's one of my amps that I put and kind of hid away, and I had another one, but I removed it out. But I might have a custom box. I might get rid of this where I might actually have this whole trunk made to be a sub box, but we'll see. I did dynomat the trunk lid. It needs it, but I might pull everything out and actually just do the whole entire trunk because when these things hit, everything shakes. So like I said, I appreciate it. Stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot of performance parts coming your way. You know, test and tune, you know, to me perfectly. You know, when it comes down to it, I try parts that normal people won't try. Same as the turbo and stuff like that. If I find it online and it's worth in a try, I don't mind it. You know what you're getting paid for. I mean, you know what you're paying for. You know what you're trying it for. You know, this is not a track car. This is not a, you know, whatever. This is me. I can daily. I do not, but I can daily. This is a weekend car. This is something to have fun in. This is not a roll cage and, you know, go nines. This is just what I want it to be. I'm trying to crack 700. Should be a daily car to have something fun with and toy around with. So for the most part, yeah, you know, that's, I usually get asked, why don't you have a roll cage? Why don't you take this out? You know, you can drag it. I don't want to do all that. I think once you do that, you kind of lose the spirit of what you're building this car and it becomes something completely else. So stay tuned. I'll give you a cold start idle of the bumper exit. All right. Cold start. confinement space, yeah, it's gonna be loud. So I don't know what to tell you about that, but when you're in a place that pretty much echoes, it's gonna be super, super loud. But as you can see, like I told you before, most people say you have some type of soot or anything like that. Man, I got nothing. Look, I don't got to make this up. Like, I've been driving like this for about 3 weeks now. And when people say that, I usually tell them because usually you're burning, fuel, oil, coolant, whatever. Well, for me, I don't have that issue. You know what I mean? I have my tune file the way I want it. And yeah. So again, appreciate it. Stay tuned. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of things I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break this car pretty much all the way down. The engine and trans will stay in it, but it's gonna be non-running throughout the fall, throughout the winter. But I'll break down things, and like if you got any questions, comments, concerns, man, please just hit me up. Hit that subscribe button. If you got anything out, my TikTok is linked to this. But yeah, if you wanted me to try something, let me know. I don't mind trying something. If you have a question about a part I installed, just let me know. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.